Welcome back to the 5 Reasons Sports YouTube channel. I'm Alex Toledo here in the abyss of the Kaseya Center after a 116-107 home loss to the Portland Trailblazers in a game that ended up finishing a lot closer than it was for most of that game. The Heat, went down as much as 24, I believe, at one point and made a furious comeback, or a furious comeback attempt, I should say, down the stretch of the fourth quarter there. You got to see some Pelle Larsson after he didn't play for a lot of the game, and he kind of had, I think, like 11 points and 14 or 15 minutes. I think scored 9 in a row at one point during that attempted comeback. You got 20 and 15 out of Ware, 2 blocks. Another big game for him. First game where him and Bam start together. Unfortunately, not exactly what you wanted to see in a game where the three-point shooting really fell off. In last game against the Spurs when they played really well together, one of the concerns with playing those two together was that with the spacing, that maybe teams were just going to sell out on some of those Heat shooters. And, specifically, I think just leave Ware and Bam open because one of those guys is going to have to be spacing for the other, whoever is screening and rolling more often than not. And I think once the threes stopped falling, I think you started to notice, the spacing stuff that they're going to have to work through, especially because you've seen most of that with Jimmy. And speaking of Jimmy, I think this is likely his last home game in Heat uniform. Obviously, that's not reporting. It's me being completely speculative, but our next home game isn't until Monday, I believe, against Minnesota. And after the trade that went down today with the Suns, where they traded that 2031 unprotected first that they own and exchanged it for 3 Jazz first-round picks, it really feels like a signal, like a kind of a bat signal that this trade is going to happen soon, and they're going to use those picks to facilitate, a multi-team deal. And people are saying it could be between 3 to 5 teams, right? I think it might be a really big trade. We've seen all the reports with all these teams trying to, throw their hat in the ring for, trying to get stuff back for maybe expiring contracts and things of that nature. I think it seems like this trade is going to happen really soon. And it was just very underwhelming. Like, you got another big assist game out of Jimmy, but more of the same. Like, he seems kind of disconnected from the huddles. I don't think he has problems with the teammates individually. It's more about the organization as a whole. I just think he doesn't want to be here. He's just kind of here so that he doesn't get suspended again. And I think that was just kind of the resolution they came to. They just could keep coming to work while, we figure this out. And now after the trade that went down today, it really feels like this is going to happen soon. So, kind of a crazy time here, crazy times. Didn't expect to see Ware and Bam start so soon. Obviously wasn't expecting the Jimmy thing to blow up like this mid-season. So kind of scrambled right now as somebody who's covered almost every game of the Jimmy Butler era. And that was kind of my start here too, with 5 on the floor, a little bit all over the place. It just kind of sucks that it's ending this way. Very fun era. Like I mentioned on our Discord server, which of course you can sign up for in the description. It's been a great era. Blew away expectations. There's no doubt about it. Blew away anybody's expectations for what, this era was going to be when they traded for Jimmy Butler. And then somehow at the same time, like a lot of fans are left feeling like it could have been better. Like they were so close yet so far, right? 2 final trips in the conference finals later. A lot of fun times later, a lot of great memories later, and a lot of straight up legendary Jimmy Butler playoff performances later. It's going to end like this, in an unsung way, in a home loss to the Portland Trailblazers, where you got to see a lot of the young core kind of show off their flashes. But yeah, that's about it. Other than that, just the defense wasn't there tonight. Gave up a very bad offensive rating. I mean, a very good offensive rating from the Blazers. The Heat gave that up. And also, the Blazers got out in transition for like a quarter of the game, which is an insane number. Like, the Heat didn't turn them over, and they were just missing shots, and all of it, the Blazers just ran out all over them, and they got comfy and hot right from the beginning of the game. A little bit sorry if I'm all over the place. This is why Ethan is better at hosting these things, but it's obviously a lot going on, and I think this is probably it for the Jimmy Butler era. I wouldn't be surprised if he played no more games, period, not just home games, but this definitely feels like, at the worst, his last home game, and it's not something I wanted to see, but here we are. Make sure to tune in to the 5 on the Floor episode that's going to be dropping in about a half hour or so. And, of course, check out our Discord server. Link in the description. We will have you covered throughout the saga. Make sure to check out Discord. Make sure to check out Playback. We're going to be all over this stuff because we all feel like it's going to happen soon. So we're all on high notice right now after that Suns trade. Thank you guys. Have a good night.